Hi, I'm Louisa Sijabat, a liquidator and bankruptcy trustee. Today's lockdown edition question is, I'm about to put my company into liquidation, but not all of its tax returns are done or up to date. Should I or do I need to pay my accountant to get them up to date before I put the company into liquidation? So the answer to this question has two parts. Firstly, the requirement to lodge tax returns doesn't go away even though the company is about to go into liquidation. However, the second part to this answer is that often when a company is going into liquidation, funds are extraordinarily limited, if there are funds at all. Now, in many cases, a company can't afford to pay their accountant to update all the tax returns or prepare all the tax returns before the company goes into liquidation. Not having all the tax returns up to date is not an impediment to putting the company into liquidation. In other words, you can proceed to put the company into liquidation even though all the tax returns aren't up to date. Most people then ask, what happens after? Does the ATO then chase the liquidator to do the tax returns? The answer is generally not, because the ATO tends to recognise that this company is probably heading towards its end and will generally use its resources towards companies that continue in existence. So the legal obligation to lodge tax returns does remain, but in practice, usually there's no flow-on consequences or follow-up if they're not lodged. The next logical question is, how about the tax that might be owed from those unlodged tax returns? Does that get wiped out in a liquidation as well? And the answer to that is yes, because a liquidation it puts the company on a path towards deregistration and ceasing to exist entirely, that any tax debt that's unquantified is also wiped out through the liquidation process.